Tu. Okay, looking Toki is a cloud chasing Gokolo Dominican representative. It is September 22nd, 2025, Wednesday, September 22nd, 2025, 11:44 p.m. Eastern Time. And the topic today is Pareto distribution, aka the power law and prices law. Prices law. So now the reason why, I'm covering this topic or these theories is because sometimes people might see disparities in different environments and they don't understand why. So you had this English and Italian fellow come up with these different philosophies on why that is. It's just a natural result, pretty much. Like an example. If you grab a random 100 people, a random 100 people, and let's say you give them each $100,000. Out of that 100 people, you give $100,000. You know, maybe 10 of them, either 10 years later, either gonna have that same amount of money, or they gain something out of it. Versus the 90%, the 80%, they lost it all. They effed it up. They effed the money up. They fumbled the bag. You get what I'm saying? Um, and this conversation also involves productivity, not just distribution of things, but also productivity, creative output. Like an example, at work, everyone at work isn't being productive, industrious, doing what they're supposed to do, meeting quotas. It's usually a few individuals there that they're putting in a lot of work. Not only are they hauling their own weight, pushing their own weight, they carrying the load for many other people. Because let's be real, if you ever worked at a warehouse, you know that a, a big group of those people there, they're lollygagging, they're being lazy, and usually they don't last there that long. The incompetent don't last there long. Shout out to the 3 people in the building. You know, the world isn't a fair place. Even when you look at Mother Nature, there's places that look like Canada, Alaska, Death Valley. in California. Just and then there's places that look like Dominican Republic, Hawaii, or extreme greenery, the jungles of Brazil, Colombia, is Vietnam? Yeah, Vietnam, or the Everglades. Is it? That's just how the world works when it comes to climate, weather, environment. Like places like the desert, just all sand. Um, the rainiest places in the world. Um, then when you break it down to, there's countries in Europe where the people are extremely tall and good looking, and then you have other places where the people are very short. That's just how Mother Nature works, man. It's a natural result, you know. Natural social dynamic. Natural social dynamic. Shout out to the 4 people in the building, man. Y'all being shy. Y'all ghost watching, which is crazy. I don't know, man. It's a theory. The Pareto distribution, power law, and then you got Price's law. It's a theory. It doesn't have to be true, but there's a lot of evidence to back it up, and it makes a lot of sense. It's actually poetic. Individuals will say, yo, this is no, there's inequality in the world. Not really. I'm telling you right now, bro. If you give 100 people, you give 100 random people, let's say you grab 100 people and you strip them of everything they got, and you give these 100 random people $100,000 in 10 years, about 10 of them are either gonna still have that amount of money, or they quadrupled their bread. You know what I'm saying? The rest, they blew it, they broke. It's like that money never even happened. And this is, a natural thing. It's a natural thing. When it comes to the Pareto distribution, you ever heard of the 80/20 rule? Yeah, the 80/20 rule. Like they say 20%, this was like Rap Bill talking point. 20% of men are able to sleep with 80% of the women. 20% of men are able to sleep with 80% of women. That's wild. That's crazy. And then now you could also implement the 80/20 rule and other things. They have all these rules for, they have like for income. Oh, when it comes to income, you're supposed to save, some say 10, some say 20% of your income. It differs depending the theory or whatever works for you. But these are things we follow because they make a lot of sense. Max says 80% of your pay come from 20% of your efforts. 80% of your pay. That's a good one. I didn't think about that, bro. Like, all right. So just think about this one, right? Max, at your job at work, let's say 20 people work there, right? Out of the 20 people that work there, I probably say like four of them really put in most of the work. Four of the people there at your job, they put in a lot of work. They're super industrious, efficient, due diligence. They always the work. They're barely late. You know, they got things figured out. They're reliable. Then you have the remaining squad. They doing the bare minimum just not to get fired. Just not to get fired. And I've noticed that a lot. And it's even I was gonna say, is it more noticeable? I think it would be more noticeable in a huge company. I worked in warehouses with some dudes, yo, they're not doing shit. They're not doing anything. They're not really getting their work done. But then we also have to acknowledge too, some jobs they will slave you, my boy. They will, man. Listen, you think that week you had, you did something with your paycheck because you bust your ass, you did ever extra overtime. You think you did something? Oh yeah, my check looking big. My check looking 30% larger. Imagine how much money they made off of you doing that extra work. Think about it. Aya said you look tired. Yeah, man, I'm beat. You know what I'm saying my schedule is I wake up early, I go to work, is labor. Then after that, I go to the boxing gym, get it in again, and I do drive. I drive. I commute in a day. Let me see how much I commute. This this 15 hour. I almost commute 2 hours on a daily. So think about it. That's my schedule, bro. I wake up, go to work. From work, go to the boxing gym. From the boxing gym, back home. By the time I get home, it's nighttime. It's time to eat, shower, go to sleep. Basically, that's how I spend most of my day. Oh yeah, the commute. Yeah, 2 hours. Yeah, yo, 2 hours. That's almost 2 hours of my day just in commuting. 2 hours, bro. When I was years back, I had it good because my commuting was less than 30 minutes. Less than 30 minutes. Everything was local. You know, everything was local. Everything was the other side of town. You know, versus now so yeah, that's why I look tired. But yeah, man, remember, yo, the Pareto distribution and price is low. Inequality is natural. Inequality is yo. Just think about all the people in the world that love to play basketball, and the people in the NBA. What? How many teams is it? How many teams the NBA has? About 30. Mm-mm-mm. The NBA probably has less than 500 players. Roughly about 500 players. The NBA. Think about that. Out of all the people in the world that play basketball, Max says, "How does this Pareto apply to a boxing match?" Um, well, you could apply it to boxing. Period. Like an example, the fighters that are the highest earners is a small portion that made a lot of money. Not every boxer was Mike Tyson, who he's bringing all his money in. Not every fight is Mayweather. Not every fight is Canelo. So you could add in the Pareto distribution there. Pay per view fights. You get what I'm saying? So if we talking about the money, is a few household names who really hold boxing down. Even like right now, all we care about that are active fighters, we still care about Canelo, whether he lost or whatever, it doesn't matter. He's super relevant to the sport. Canelo, Crawford, what's this other kid? Tank. There's like certain few people that we really care about out of all the boxers, right? These people draw in the most numbers. Right. Most boxers get crumbs. And then there's the other boxers, man, making millions in one night. Millions. Yeah. So that, it's pretty much just showing people that the world is unfair. It's not just, oh no, it's someone pulling the strings behind the scenes and they're evil and they just want to be greedy. Nah, it's just that's how the world works. That's how the world works. Shout out to the 7 people watching, man. I appreciate you guys. Listen, I'll be real with you. I'm not hating on nothing. I'm not hating shit. Shit, I wish I was getting money like them. So yo, all right, look at this. There's another thing. Like cities, super cities. Right, because this dude he mentioned in Arabs and whatnot. Yo, look at an example. An example, look at population. So you have New York City, a super city, one of the largest in the world, definitely number one in the United States. Then you have in second place LA. Then you have Chicago. And I think there's one more city. I think it's Houston, I think maybe. And after Houston, yo, the population dramatically drops. After that, like the biggest city, I believe, is Philly, like fifth. And after that, it just dramatically dropped. I think I think Phoenix might be in the top five. Not sure. But you know what's crazy? When I went to Phoenix, it just looked so spaced out. I didn't really see a lot of people. Then again, it was COVID. It was COVID, so I was downtown Phoenix. That shit was damn near empty. Um, A says someone is pulling G strings, being greedy. Hey man, what you gonna do about it? Pareto can even apply to the Bible. Very few will make it to heaven. Yeah, but even the Bible, what they had the Matthew law, something about those who got it good are gonna bring in more, and those who have nothing are just gonna have nothing. I'm telling you right now, you're a millionaire. You know how many millionaires, or sorry, like people that became millionaires overnight, that let's say hit the lottery. Most of those people, they blow almost all their bread because they don't even know how to manage money. They don't have financial discipline or literacy. Motel, nah, I ain't no motel. Mm-mm. This is my bed. This is my bed. But listen, I think I said a lot. I think I said a lot in these 22 minutes, man. I can't lie to you. I'm tired, and I have to be up tomorrow, like at 6. So you said, "Am I laying low at a hotel?" Nah, nigga. What I laying low for? Max says, "I think Pareto law is true in Dominican Republic. Too many farm babes." Yo, and you know what's crazy about that, Max, is I'm not trying to be biased, but many people, they love Dominican. I just think mulatto women are superior, but hey, I don't want to be a self hater or nothing. People gonna say, "Oh, you hate black people." Da, da." Nah, I just think mulatto women look better. I think mulatto women look better, or mixed, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, the Pareto distribution and prices law. Don't forget that, man. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. But hey, 23 minutes in and I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm going to sleep. It's late. Before I go, this is the one thing I want to say. This Nigerian dude that has my iMac still didn't do what he was supposed to do. I'm just gonna buy me a little laptop anywhere and just start going live until this dude fix that situation, and then I just sell it back online or something. But it's ridiculous. I gave him my iMac 3 weeks ago, almost a month ago, and every time he'll give me a date, and it's like, okay. I call him on that date. He's like, "Oh, I still didn't do it." Okay. Then I call back. He still didn't do it. He's always giving me an excuse, pushing it to the side. So then I call him today, and he's like, "Oh, yo, I'm gonna call you. You gotta let me finish." I'm like, "Bro, if I bring you a product and you're supposed to fix it, oh no, sorry, you're supposed to fix it, and then you give me a certain date, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna be on your ass about it because I want my stuff back." It's not simple where, or I could just go buy another laptop or desktop so I could do my content. It's more about the data that's on there that is not backed up by iCloud, you know. So that's why I need that computer to function with all the data on it. And it's being last days, been waiting for my shit for almost a month. Yeah, man. Nah. But he telling me he's trying whatever, man. It's that's why I'm about to just buy a little laptop real quick. But listen, I'm tired as hell. I gotta wake up early, like at 6. So I'm out of here. You heard? Peace, man. That was my little quick TED talk.